Israel has declared that it is in a state of war following a significant terror attack carried out by Palestinian militants. To truly comprehend the situation, we need to step back and explore the historical context, which revolves around Israel's military control of the West Bank and its blockade of the Gaza Strip. Let's break down the complex history and factors at play. World War I and British control. Let's deep dive into the historical context of the Israel-Palestine conflict by examining the events that transpired during and following World War I, a period that laid the foundation for the complex dynamics in the region. World War I, a global conflict that raged from 1914 to 1918, had far-reaching consequences, and the Middle East was no exception. During this time, the Ottoman Empire controlled a territory encompassing what is now Israel and Palestine. However, as the war unfolded, the British Empire, aligned with the Allied powers, developed a keen interest in the Middle East, including these Ottoman territories. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, a significant policy statement expressing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration marked a pivotal moment as it signaled a shift in British policy and laid the groundwork for the eventual realization of a Jewish homeland in the region. This promise, however, ignited tensions among the Arab population, who formed the majority in the area. The Balfour Declaration raised Arab discontent, leading to what became known as the Arab Rebellion. Local Arabs resisted British and Zionist Jewish settlers, and as a result, the region witnessed mounting tensions. Crucially, during and following World War I, a wave of Jewish migration surged into Palestine. These Jewish migrants sought refuge from persecution in Europe and were inspired by the vision of a Jewish homeland outlined in the Balfour Declaration. This influx of Jewish settlers significantly altered the demographic landscape, where Arabs had been the majority population. The coalescence of these demographic shifts and the conflicting aspirations of both Arab and Jewish communities created a volatile atmosphere, laying the groundwork for the protracted Israel-Palestine conflict. In essence, World War I and the subsequent British control of the region marked a watershed moment, setting in motion a series of events that continue to shape the political, social, and territorial complexities in the region to this day. Holocaust and UN Partition Plan. During and after World War II, specifically focusing on the Holocaust and the subsequent United Nations Partition Plan, events that had profound implications for the Israel-Palestine conflict. As World War II unfolded, a dark and tragic chapter in human history, the Holocaust, unfolded. This horrific event systematically targeted Jewish communities, resulting in the persecution, suffering, and loss of millions of lives. The unimaginable atrocities of the Holocaust generated deep sympathy and support for Jewish survivors, leading to a significant increase in Jewish migration to the region of Palestine after the war. Many survivors saw the establishment of a Jewish homeland as a means of ensuring their safety and collective future. In 1947, against the backdrop of post-war international efforts to establish lasting peace and stability, the United Nations took a pivotal step. With support from various countries, including Australia, the UN proposed a plan to partition the region into two separate states, one for Jewish people and the other for Arabs. This proposal was a response to the ongoing tensions and conflicts in the region, fueled by competing national aspirations and demands for self-determination. Remarkably, the Jewish side accepted this partition plan, viewing it as a significant step toward realizing their long-held dream of a homeland. This acceptance culminated in the formation of the State of Israel in 1948, marking a historic moment in the region's history. However, the Arab side vehemently rejected the UN partition plan, viewing it as an infringement on their historical and territorial rights. The Arab rejection ignited a one-year war following Britain's withdrawal, as the region descended into a complex and violent struggle. In summary, the Holocaust and the subsequent United Nations Partition Plan are pivotal chapters in the history of the Israel-Palestine conflict. The Holocaust, with its immense human suffering, motivated Jewish migration to Palestine and garnered international support for a Jewish homeland. The UN's proposal, while accepted by the Jewish side, faced fierce opposition from the Arab side, leading to a year-long conflict and laying the foundation for the ongoing complexities and disputes in the region. These events underscore the deep historical roots and enduring challenges of the Israel-Palestine conflict. 1948 War and Palestinian displacement. The significant events surrounding the 1948 war, often known as the Nakba, which had profound and lasting implications for Palestinians, and the Israel-Palestine conflict. The year 1948 was a turning point in the tumultuous history of the region. The war that ensued is remembered by Palestinians as the Nakba, which translates to catastrophe in Arabic. This devastating conflict resulted in a tragedy of immense proportions, particularly for Palestinian communities. As the war unfolded, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced to leave their homes, creating a profound humanitarian crisis. The Nakba led to a mass exodus of Palestinian refugees who fled their ancestral lands in search of safety and refuge. Families were uprooted, communities were torn apart, and the pain of displacement became an indelible part of Palestinian collective memory. The consequences of this mass displacement would reverberate through generations, shaping the Palestinian diaspora and their enduring desire to return to their homes. Furthermore, the outcomes of the 1948 war fundamentally altered the territorial landscape of the region. Israel ended up controlling a significantly larger portion of land than what had originally been agreed upon by the United Nations. This discrepancy between the UN's partition plan and the actual territorial control after the war became a source of tension and dispute, further deepening the roots of the Israel-Palestine conflict. Occupation and the Six-Day War. In 1967, in what's known as the Six-Day War, Israel took control of the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and the Golan Heights, which was considered illegal by the United Nations as it involved occupying Palestinian territory, the occupied territories and Israeli settlements. Since then, Israel has occupied these territories, and this is where much of the conflict occurs. Israeli civilians have chosen to live in these areas for various reasons, including political and religious motivations. Palestinians living there often face displacement and engage in protests. Gaza Strip and blockade. In 2005, Israel withdrew from the Gaza Strip, a small coastal territory with a dense population. However, Israel still maintains control of its airspace, sea, and crossings for goods and people. Conditions in Gaza are challenging, with a high unemployment rate, deteriorating healthcare systems and infrastructure. Hamas and political isolation. Hamas, formed in the late 1980s, has become a significant player in the conflict. It has a goal to destroy Israel and has been designated a terrorist group by many countries, including Australia. Although it won democratic elections in 2006, it wouldn't renounce violence against Israel, leading to its international isolation. Hamas later took control of Gaza. Jerusalem and religious significance. Jerusalem is another flashpoint in the conflict because it's home to holy sites for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Clashes often occur around major religious holidays, heightening tensions in the region. Conclusion: the Israel-Palestine conflict is a long and intricate story rooted in history, territorial disputes, and religious significance. It has caused immense suffering for many people over the years, and recent attacks indicate that tensions remain high. Understanding this background is essential to making sense of the current situation and the potential for further escalation. Thank you for joining us today on our channel. We hope you found this video informative and engaging. If you enjoyed what you watched, please consider hitting the like button and sharing it with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us and helps our channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from us.